everybody. Welcome to Silent Podcast, where we're anything but silent. My name is Sabrina, and I'm your host of the Truth Booth podcast, where we talk everything Are You the One? Here I have my co-host Isaiah, as usual. How's it going?
It's good. We have a very fun guest for a very fun podcast, so I think it should be a good time.
Yeah. So those of you listening might be wondering, why are we recording again? We just finished the finale. We talked it out, but like Isaiah said, we have a very special guest today. So join me in welcoming the lovely Julia-Ruth.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited. I'm always excited. Yeah, this is gonna be great.
I'm so excited too, because you have been our MVP for up until you had obviously had to go to the honeymoon suite, but we have talked about you all season.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get the tea and ask you these questions and get a lowdown on the season.
Yeah, let's get into it. I'm very excited. Okay.
Yes. Okay, so first general question is, what made you want to come on the show? Have you watched the previous seasons before?
Yeah. So crazy thing is I actually have been watching Are You the One since season one. Back on MTV, like when I was living in South Africa, I used to watch it. I think it was like every Friday night on MTV. I would stay up and watch it. And I remember always sitting there and being like, God, how do these people not get it right? And how do they keep making these mistakes? I was like, this isn't easy. I could do this. And then I moved to New Zealand, and then I actually just got a DM on one of my posts from a casting director. And she just messaged me and she was like, look, can I just give you a phone call? And I was like, oh, well, phone call, won't hurt. So honestly, I snuck out of work and I was on the phone to her, and she was just like, look, we really like your energy. Let's just move you on to the next round. Let's just keep doing more interviews. And honestly, before I knew it, I was like, oh God, they booked tickets for me and I'm flying out. So, what have I done? It's too late now. I'm in neck and deep.
That's awesome. So
oh
we
my
were
God,
curious.
that's amazing. I that is awesome. I wouldn't know what to do with myself if I got a DM to hey, you want to come on the show? That I've been watching for years. Okay.
I thought it was a joke. I was like, this is a prank. I remember talking to one of my coworkers. I was like, this isn't real. It's not happening right now. And I said to her, I was like, I watched the show and I researched everything and I was looking everything up and I was like, damn, everything checks out. So yeah, honestly, I started off with that phone call, and then I kept doing Zoom and Zoom and Zoom after Zoom. And honestly, before I knew it, I was doing the psychology exam. I was sitting down with the matchmaker, and that's when I really knew I was like, okay, we're in this now. This is, and I think that's when I really was like, I want this. I really want to, go, and what an amazing opportunity as well. So yeah, I just had to make the most of it.
Did you know it was going to be a global season, or did they give you that premise?
Yeah, they did. They said it was going to be a global season, but they didn't really tell us much more than that until we were kind of further down the line. So yeah, but they did. They said, look, are you open to dating people from different backgrounds, ethnicities, just the whole works? What are you used to dating? And they just want to know the ins and outs of everything, and want to make sure that you're just really open to this experience, and just being put in a house with a whole bunch of different personalities. And I was like, absolutely, say less. I'm always ready for an adventure. So this was right up my alley. I love it so much. Great. Yeah. Honestly.
So Julia, actually we were curious, so how long had it been since your last relationship before going into the show? Were you coming here for the money? Were you looking for love? What was it for you?
Yeah, so my last relationship before I got onto the show had been we'd been separate for a year and a bit. And yeah, as you guys know, he was in the music industry, and then I'm a professional dancer. So yeah, it just it was a bit of a messy situation and environment, and I kind of just wanted to step away from that. But when I got this opportunity, and the more and more I got invested in the process, I just was like, nothing has really worked for me. And I've done the dating apps, I've done the blind dates, I've had my friends set me up, I've done the whole oh, I'm just here by myself. I've done everything, nothing had, I literally had, girl, I've had everything. And nothing had worked. And I was like, well, why not this? It's something new, something out of my element. If they're going to put me in a house with maybe someone from a different country, then maybe my match was somewhere else I hadn't been. That, to me, that was crazy. And I think I would be very silly to pass up an opportunity like that to meet someone who like is really compatible with me and could like push me and challenge me. And I have no problem at all moving countries for like at all. My job, I can move anywhere. So when they said global and that, you know, someone I could potentially be with is from a different country, I was like, that's okay, let's go. Like, I'll pack my bags tomorrow.
I didn't even think about that, like that your match could be like in a place that you just never been before. Like
The different time zones in that, and you'd have to make long distance work. There's a lot to really think about, but I was, yeah, down for it all, like really open to the opportunity. Open arms, I just embraced it all. Yeah.
no, it's awesome. Like I feel like in today's age, there's just so much more opportunity to like, yeah, work from home or like, yeah, remotely or whatever. And like this could happen for people, like to be able to travel to be with their person if they found their match on the show. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah. I mean, to think that like there's someone out there for you that they think is compatible with you and they live in, just for instance, like Amsterdam, like, okay, like I would never think to go there. Sure, give me ooh, like I was like, oh, sign me up. What accents are these? That's what one thing I was really scared of is like I thought I'd pick up on the accents and start talking back to them in their accent. We were fine. That didn't happen. It didn't happen.
No, I'm from Texas originally, and so whenever I go home, I live in Missouri now, and when I go home, like I feel like I'm gonna like start to bring that like twang back in my voice. I'm like, I don't want to like do that. Like I want to just like
You want to keep it sound the same, and then you also become really conscious of it. And you're like, do they think that I'm doing this on purpose? Like,
right.
how do I
You're
speak
like, no, I
normally?
just
I
like
can't. Yeah.
Real
Okay,
quickly
so
before we go to the next one, I actually was also curious because we didn't get to see how did you have any like crazy first impressions of anybody, or like how do you feel about that?
Crazy first impressions. Yeah, I did have a crazy first impression. Sam came into the house with a lot of energy, like to the point where I was like, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. But he was so like, he was really just excitable and just like really friendly and like told lots of jokes and that. So I'd say he was probably like a Duracell bunny. I definitely had a crazy impression in that from him. But everyone else was just really gorgeous. I just remember walking into the house and there were so many beautiful Black women in there. I was like, this is so nice that like everything they promised, they showed up on. Like they actually had a really diverse, gorgeous cast and all these people from all over the world and that. And I got to learn about the different cultures and like just all, it was great. So honestly, I think it was just like seeing all the beautiful Black women. We were like, yay, we're not only one, there's a few
right?
of us.
No, casting was so on point. Like everybody was so beautiful, and I love how everybody really was so different from each other.
Yeah, because you had people from like, yeah, we had people from the States, but they were like, you know, Texas, like just all over the place. And then to also have Australia and 2 Aussies, and it was really great, just gorgeous features. Like everyone was just stunning. It was silly. I was like,
Yes. Yeah, literally episode 1, when we were talking about it, we're like, oh man, like, yeah, everybody's like really nice looking. Like, love to be in the house.
I'm not gonna lie, like just looking at everyone like the shirtless men every day, I was like, this, I could do this for the next few weeks.
That's the life. Well, speaking of beautiful men, next question. So, whenever you had your first connection with Brendan and followed up night 1, which was a topic for us on our podcast, but
I listened to that, by the way, Isaiah. I heard you had it out for me, doing too much in day
My
1.
thing changed. My thing
got
changed.
you.
I'm being listen. I gotta be keeping it real. I gotta keep it real. But look, you heard the last one, didn't you? I was a fan. You're good. I was a fan, so it changed. Don't matter.
Yeah,
came back
I
around.
listened all the way. Okay.
Abby and Sabrina, that's going hard for you. Trust and believe.
Right, I have to. Did you like always have a feeling that he was your perfect match? Like even after like the mature conversation y'all had afterwards, and like you were trying to step away, like did you still have that pull towards him, where like you just like I kind of know it's him?
I mean, yeah, because when I had a conversation with everyone on day 1, but I will say, like genuinely, I had sat down and had a conversation with him, and it was the easiest conversation I had with, like, compared to any of the guys that I was there with. So we were in the fits laughing at each other. And even when we had our first conversation, he was like, I'm a DJ, I do this. And I was like, oh my God, like I almost moved to Sydney. Like this is crazy. And it turns out like we know so many of the same people. It was just, it felt like home. So I think to a degree, it was a little bit, I say, the first conversation I was like, this is so good. It's amazing. And then I think, yeah, after night one, I was like, oh God, like, what if I'm making the same mistakes? I've like flown halfway across the world and for this amazing experience. Like, I just didn't want to do the same thing all over again. I was like, what a waste of an experience. Like, let me try something different. Let me like, I think that's why I was so ready to like push him away, because I was like, it's easy and it feels good. No.
Right.
It's difficult.
Yeah. I feel like
Make it
historically, like on the show, usually people like kind of, yeah, it's always like a no match, and it's like people that they go for that they normally do. It's usually not right. And so like I agreed with you. I was like, oh, that's not her match. Like it's
yeah.
just it's too easy. It's not gonna no.
Yeah, some people in the house was like, no, 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 no. And everyone's like, no, I really, I was like, what do you know? No. And Brendan was like, but you feel it, eh? And I'm like, yeah. It was a genuine it was great. I remember that night one when we had like the Never Have I Ever. Oh, we were all sitting next to each other, everyone's having a great time, a few drinks and that. I was sitting next to him and I was just like, I just couldn't resist. I was just like, so you know, Brendan.
I love it so much.
All about him. It was just, yeah. I mean, look at him.
I know. Seriously though, he is so cute.
Yeah, he's gorgeous, man. Beautiful man. Yeah.
So obviously outside of Brendan, we also saw you had somewhat of a connection with Nathan too. We were curious, was there any other like people that you had connections with that just we weren't privy to?
Yeah, so I think week one I sat next to Sam. Obviously I was wanting to sit next to Nathan. That was the night that he was going to pick me, and he ended up picking Maincha. But yeah, I had a really good connection with Sam. We're very different, so I thought because with Brendan it was so easy and it felt really good, I went for the complete like opposite. So I went for Sam because he's very like intellectual and very, very smart, and I was like, oh, like teach me all these things, this is great. Obviously, as you could tell from the results, I went a little too far on the spectrum. But yeah, I had a really good connection with him. He was really, really funny. So I connected with him, and also Ollie as well. Like, had quite a few good connections with him. We ended up just being really good friends though. So yeah, I'd say that. But otherwise, everyone in the house was just, yeah, gorgeous to talk to. Beautiful men.
Love it. So then obviously we find out that Brendan is your perfect match. You go to the honeymoon suite.
Yeah.
Was that everything you hoped for? Like, were you like really excited to get there and like experience more time with him? Like, was it a good time? Okay time?
It was, I think initially, obviously, like finding out that we were going to honeymoon suite was a bit, as you could tell, we weren't in the greatest of moods.
Right.
They're like, wow, yay, like this is great. So initially, no, but the second that we got there, it was just away from the craziness. We had a lot of time together, so we got to like really talk through things and just do like the kind of like mundane everyday today kind of activities. Like we found like these old DVDs and we would take them up to our room and like go watch DVDs at night. Like that was just like, it was nostalgic. It was really great. And we ended up being like, oh my God, like this was our first job. Like we matched on so many levels. We had so many things in common. The honeymoon suite was super romantic as well. So like we went and got like a couples massage, which was gorgeous.
Yes.
Fully like they had this gorgeous room and it was like all dark, and they had like these chairs and you like dripped honey on each other, and like the scrub, and then like rain came down from the ceiling. Like it was so romantic. It was like above and beyond. So it's like, how could you not fall in love with someone when you're like going through an experience like that? You're just so, it's just you two, you know? So yeah, it was all the things.
Oh, that sounds so awesome. And I wish they showed more of the honeymoon suite, or like just like those like events like that you get to do, like those like nice things, because that's one of the things on the show that I feel like we don't really get to know about. Like it's always like a quick, quip at the matchup ceremony, but that's it. Like we don't really get that behind the scenes. So I've also appreciated whenever you've been posting those pictures of you guys there. Those are really cute. And the picture of you and Mindja too. I was like, okay, that's like,
she's all well, guys.
Poor girl.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it was great, even the fact that they, we came back into the villa as well. Like that was something they haven't done before. So when they said to us like, oh, you guys can come back into the villa, we were like, no ways. Like we've watched the show, we know that doesn't happen. So that was really exciting. And we were like, we get to like talk to our friends again. Like we see them at the match ceremonies, and we can sneak in a few like, how's it been going? Like, oh my god, really did that happen? Like, whoa. But otherwise, like now we got to sit down and talk to them, and yeah, we spent lots of weeks with them, so we knew them really well, and yeah, it was just so nice to see them again. And we came back like refreshed as well. I think they were a bit upset at us. They were like, you guys look like great, like happy, like glowing, and we like came back with like our drinks and that. We're like, how's everyone doing? Oh, only a few beans. Oh, like
well, I love that you got to come back, because whenever we talked about whenever y'all were leaving, like we were like, oh my god, we really hope they can somehow be on the show again, and y'all happened to come actually back, and we're like, yes, like more content, we need this, because clearly y'all were a big light in the house, and like it obviously you helped them out with that next matchup ceremony. So
yeah, because we spent so much time with them, so it was kind of like stuff we'd seen, but when you take a step back from the situation, you get to really like think about things. And I think we obviously compared our relationship to quite a few people in the house as well, and we were like, they're just not talking to each other, and that's all it is at the end of the day. Like, maybe it was a bit more obvious that I was kind of running away from Brendan and our parts in that, but a lot of the people in the house were doing the same thing as well. So when we came back, and we were like, guys, come on now, it's obviously not working, let's switch it up, let's go. Yeah.
Actually, with the honeymoon suite as well, were you guys able to meet any of the other couples while you guys are out there? Did you guys get to hang out? What was up with that?
Yeah, so we like have our rooms, and we definitely like we can just go down to lunch together or go like play tennis. Like we played tennis, it was great. And mine's just terrible at tennis, just FYI. I don't really play tennis. Doesn't go straight. Great dancer, can't hit, no aim. Yeah, so it was really fun to have like another couple, so more couples start to join us, because we start to do like more bigger games activities and like listen to live music at night and dance, and it was unreal. Yeah, it was great.
That's so nice, because I figured like for some reason it'd be just like y'all, it would just be y'all two and that's it. Like you couldn't have contact with like the other couples. That's really nice that you get that chance to just like kind of relax with like other people too, and kind of like decompress a little bit.
Yeah, really, really connect. So that was really good. Yeah.
Right.
It was good for our like sanity as well. We're like, this is nice. We can all talk about it together.
Yes.
Yeah.
So out of curiosity, so do you and Brendan still talk?
Brendan and I do still talk, yes.
Yay.
We do still talk. Because obviously I moved to London, but yeah, we still talk. So we video chat and we voice note each other and call each other. Yeah.
Yay. Oh, I'm so excited about that. When's the last time you saw him, like in person?
In person, actually before my flight here. My flight was from New Zealand to Sydney, and then Sydney like a few flights over. So yeah.
Oh, so I'm so excited you guys still talk, because I feel like there's so many perfect matches who just are just whatever, like they don't like even care anymore.
Yeah, like I think the honeymoon suite was a really great opportunity for us to work things out. Like, it wasn't smooth sailing. Like we definitely had like our arguments, but we worked through it, and I think from that we grew such a like strong bond. Like we even plan on getting like matching tattoos. Like that's how like I just have the most love for this man. Like he's amazing. Yeah.
What's your tattoo gonna be?
We don't know yet. We need to figure one out. But the thing is, that's the problem though, is that we don't have a plan, which means it's going to be something big and disastrous. So we need a plan, because both of us would be like, fuck it, yeah. And end up with like a snake and like a row, I don't know, or something weird happening. So yeah, we need to plan it.
God. So then you still talk with Brendan. Who else do you talk with still on the cast?
Oh my God, a lot of people. Okay, I'll start off with my girls first, because I love my girls. We got the group chat that goes off every day. So I talked to Roz. I'm really close with Roz. I'm going to be doing a little trip with her soon. Anissa, Danielle, Jordan, like love my honeys so much. They mean the world to me, and Courtney as well. And then the guys, I'm living with Ollie at the moment, because he's in London. So
Okay.
I'm really close with Ollie, and yeah, who else I talked to? Spoke to Nathan a little bit as well. And I speak to everyone, but I'd say like those are my close-knit people. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, and that's another thing too, I feel like is not super common with these casts. It's like they're buddy for like during the show, and then afterwards like, okay, see ya, like move on with their lives. But I love that y'all are staying close.
Yeah, everyone's so close, which is really, really nice. Like, I think they formed, I mean, as you could tell, the connections in the show, like it was a lot of deep conversations in that. So I think we created like a really good bond. Yeah, I'm very lucky. It's been amazing. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so then with the show itself, I know that you explained some things that weren't, quite shown or explained to us, but is there anything else in particular that wasn't shown that you wish was?
Oh, I probably just say like just the downtimes, when we were like the things we were like addicted to. Like we loved making toasties. I feel like that's fun stuff you guys would love to see. Like it was the Hunger Games to grab a piece of cheese off of Do. Like, let me tell you, that girl would get cheese into the villa and she would go and sneak like 6 slices and we'd be like, Do, we're trying to make toasties here. Like that was like the saving grace. Like after a matchup ceremony, we'd be like either celebrating or crying, and then like, you want toasty? Like, yeah. We love toasties. I think just like yeah, I would just say the bond between all of us. There was a lot of I mean, there was actually a lot of drama, but there was like a lot of like laughs and good moments as well, like good connections between like the guys themselves and the girls as well. So, but yeah, I think the nice thing about everything being aired now is that we can show that we got those connections now. So as you can see, we've been posting a lot of stuff together, and yeah, it's a good bunch.
I love it. Okay, so Mindja, she posted that her and Hamudi are still strong and dating. And so we love that. Is there anybody else still dating that you know of?
So, Brooke and Leo, they posted their relationship status. They're very happy together. They're traveling. They're very cute together. There's a footage on the show of me sitting down with Leo and telling him that him and Brooke wouldn't last more than a month. As his brother. So the great thing about it is it's been 9 months now. So that didn't age well. So I feel like they'll be playing that at the wedding, and I'll be like, prove me wrong. I mistake. Yeah, but the status of my relationship, keeping that a little hush hush right now.
That's okay.
Right.
Fair enough.
Answer my question. Okay.
Nice try though.
We have to try, obviously.
Obviously, yeah. I mean, I definitely will talk to it soon, but I think for now, I think we just want to keep things right.
Totally
That's what's
fine.
up.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Julia-Ruth, thank you so much. I think that is the end of our interview. Do you have anything you want to plug? Anything at all?
Oh, anything that I want to plug? Oh, I just say that I'm in London now. So if anyone is here and wants to show me around, I would absolutely love that. So I'll be here for a while. Yeah, but otherwise just like stick to my socials. Instagram is Julie JULEE_AAAH, Julia. And yeah, just keep posted. I got some things in the mix as well. So yeah, give me a little follow and let's see what's happening.
All right. Well, that is our interview with Julia-Ruth. Have a good one. Bye.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it, guys.